soon, Tina. Yeah, that was Star Wars main theme. That's the reason why we've been copyright strike this stream. It changes every stream. Every stream there's a different realize why we've been copyright striked. This one is the Star Wars theme. And I hear you. All the people out there who said, why do you have to keep playing music? Don't you know you're going to copyright strike? Listen, they take my videos down anyway. Okay? They take my videos down anyway. For whatever reason they want to take my... Sometimes they take them down because of copyright strike. Okay? Sometimes they take them down because of scams and misinformation policy. Sometimes they do whatever the fuck they want. Okay? So they pick a different thing. And they say we took the video down because of that. And yes, sometimes they say we took it down because of the music. But we all know. If I say something they don't like, they take the stream down. Okay? So we might as well fucking enjoy ourselves and listen to the music. Okay? And if we want to listen to Star Wars, I think we should listen to Star Wars. All right? The time is 14 minutes past 8. It is Monday. Do you realize it's Monday? It's the beginning of a new working week for people that still have a fucking job, which obviously isn't very many people at all. But, you know, for the people that sit around getting money given to them by the government so that they can ignore the fact that the country's being taken over by communists, you know, it's Monday for them too. They got another 5 days of that going on, and I'm not having a go at you. Definitely not. If you're just sitting at home getting paid furlough to just watch the destruction of the country, what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do? Start a Fish Dog clothing company. That's what you're going to do. You can let everyone know that you think what's going on is officially Fish Dog. And let me tell you something. Okay? This lady that gets murdered by the police officer, the ginger lady, oh, the police are being so brutal at the vigil. This is some textbook fish doggery, ladies and gentlemen. My spider sense is tingling on this one. Okay? My spider sense is tingling on this one. This one is an obvious one. You remember when the Trump supporters were storming the Capitol building? And I told you straight away, these ain't Trump supporters, this is fish doggery. I got the exact same vibes off this Patsy lady. You know, the lady that's being photographed by the police officers, Patsy? What an excellent name they picked. Patsy. The left-wing activist stroke actress who just so happened to be photographed, who's all over the fucking front page of the BBC, Sky News, ITV. They've all got pictures of this lady. God, the news is just... It's an absolute conveyor belt of deep state propaganda, isn't it? You can tell. You could just tell. You can tell there's an agenda here somewhere. And most people are just on Twitter asking me, okay, Alistair, so what do you think the agenda is? I haven't figured out exactly what the agenda is. I have a couple of theories. But let me tell you something. This isn't a fucking accident. This isn't an accident. This lady that gets murdered by the policeman. Here's what I can't... Why is nobody talking about the police? They should be talking about the fact that, wait a minute, why is a violent criminal working as a police officer? Why? How many... Are there any more violent criminals in the police? Was this guy the only violent criminal? This guy's a murderer, and he's a police officer. And then we get to the vigil, if you can call it that, and the police steam in, start beating up women or whatever. So we got a member of the establishment, police officer, who murders someone, and then we got a bunch of other members of the establishment, police officers, again, who go wading in, beating the shit out of people. And then it's like, oh, and you guys should hate each other because of this. Say, hang on a minute, what? I said, oh, he's a man. This guy that murdered the woman, he's a man. We should be looking at men. No, that's a way of hiding this guy. That's the way of hiding this guy. Oh, it's a man did it. No, a police officer did it. I mean, which do you think is a more defining characteristic of this guy? Like, if you were out searching for this guy, if somebody killed a member of your family and you had to describe them, what would you say? And you knew they were a police officer. Would you be like, oh, it was a man that did it? Go looking for a man. Start looking at all men. No, you'd be like, the guy was a policeman. He was wearing a policeman's uniform. Go search the police for these criminals. Yeah, I'm with you, Fiona. I think the whole thing may have been fish dogged. Listen, whenever you see one event, whenever you see one happening that is shaping the politics of a nation, the chances that that event is random is almost zero. And you notice with George Floyd, it was a policeman that killed George Floyd now, wasn't it? It was a policeman who just happened to kill George Floyd and start the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Do you think for 1 second that the fucking Black Lives Matter movement just poof, just magicked out of a random occurrence? You don't think the Black Lives Matter movement was planned? You don't think that was a plan to infiltrate world politics? Black Lives Matter, you think that just poof? Up it came from nowhere. He was a policeman. No one mentions the fact that he was a policeman who used to work with George Floyd. Couple of years. No one mentions that in the mainstream media. The fact that they don't mention that proves that it's fish dog. The fact that they don't on the mainstream media say, oh, by the way, George Floyd knew this guy. The fact that they don't tell you that just shows that they're not reporting the news. The fact that they don't mention that. So again, with this lady, she's murdered by a policeman. We should be asking the question, why is there a violent, murderous criminal in the police? How badly have the police been infiltrated by criminals? That's the question we should be asking. But instead, the media say, no. What you should do is all the women that live in this country should turn on the men. All the women and the men should start arguing. Oh, we're the mainstream media and we're here to report that this country should start tearing itself apart because of what a policeman did. God, they must think we're so stupid. They must think they want chaos. That's what they want. Hey Pam, how's it going? This is the most fish doggy event of the whole year. Right. Where should we start with this? Let's start with, I'll tell you, I'm going to play you this interview that she does, the actress who's in all the, and I say actress because she is an actress, okay? The actress who's in all the fucking photographs, you know the photographs, all these nonsense. The actress, we'll go through this lady, the lady who just randomly.
This planet is ours, witch.
No bottom, oh God. This is they started trolling my YouTube channel with this now. Have you noticed this one? Hang on. Like, these are old like super chat messages from time ago that just jump to the top now of the live stream. You see these ones here? These are from a long time ago. Why do they keep popping back in? It's unbelievable.
This planet is ours, witch.
These are going to go on now for 5 minutes. Old super chat messages that all of a sudden were put in a few seconds ago. It's the same ones as well.
Ours, witch.
How do I get out of this now? You seen this happen? This happens on almost every stream now. We done now? Can I carry on?
This planet
Nope.
is ours, witch.
Just gonna let these pass. I need to fix this. I don't know how.
This planet
You see this?
is ours, witch.
These are super chat messages from a long time ago. They would come back into the stream now over and over again. It happens every stream now.
This planet is ours, witch.
Honestly, dude, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how the creative ways they come to fuck with my live streams. It's incredible. I think I've muted it now. Okay, I think it's stopped happening now. I think we're safe. Give me 1 second. Hang on. I gotta go into my fucking settings. Ugh. Okay. I wonder how I can fix this. Alert box.
This planet.
Okay, that should be subscriber.
Witch. This planet
There you go.
is ours, witch.
Britannia, Britannia rules the world. Okay, that's better. Sorry about that. Right. Where am I going? Over here. Anyway. So. Oops. Oh. So, this lady. I listened to her... let me find this again. I listened to her interview. This interview here. It took me 2 seconds to figure out that she's a globalist and this is a false flag. Listen to how you can tell that she's full of shit. Ready?
Joined here by Patsy Stevenson.
That's how long it
Patsy,
takes.
You were arrested tonight by the police when you joined the vigil in Clapham Common. Can you tell us, one, why did you come down to the Common, and then what led to your arrest?
Look, she's so fucking keen to get herself. She's so fucking keen to start talking. Remember, this lady has been through an ordeal. Okay, she's been traumatized. Oh my God, she's been traumatized. She cannot wait to get on the camera. Watch.
Joined here by Patsy Stevenson. Patsy, you were arrested tonight by the police.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm so
Vigil in
important.
Clapham Common. Can you tell us, one, why did you come down to the Common, and then what led to your arrest?
Well, first of all, I came
Ready?
here to support any woman, whether it be cis woman or trans woman, every single woman.
There you go. Done. Oh, I know that this is a globalist deep state psyop now. It didn't take me long to figure it out. She's supposed to be there about this murdered lady and on a vigil. She goes, why are you here? Well, first of all, just let me say the word trans. Before I start anything, let me just say that whether a woman is trans or she's not trans, transgender, trans. That's the most important thing about this lady that's been murdered is the word trans. Let me just say trans. It's like, oh, okay, I see the whole playbook now. If there was any doubt before in my mind about who this lady is and whether she's genuine, straight up trans. What are your thoughts on the murdered lady? First of all, let me just say trans. Can I just say trans? Trans. Trans is out there, all the trans. Okay with trans. Let me just say that there's no such thing as men and women, and it's all a big mix-up, and trans, and you're not really a man, you're not really a woman. Let me just say that, and blacks and whites, and Black Lives Matter, and trans, and gay, and fucking in the arse. Now, can we talk about the murdered woman now?
Here to support any woman, whether it be cis woman or trans woman, every single woman.
So any woman or man is what you're saying. So either a woman that's a woman or a woman that's a man, you're there to support. I'm here to support any woman, even if they're a man. Got it. Wow.
And then what led to your arrest?
Well, first of all, I came here to support any woman, whether it be cis woman or trans woman, every single woman who cannot walk down the street by themselves because of the fear of men. And
The fear of men. You are here to try and destroy society. That's what you're here for. You're here to convince men that they're women and women that they're men. And now you're here to convince women that they shouldn't trust men. Women shouldn't trust men. That's your message. Sheesh.
And it's not all men, we know that. That's not what we're saying. But, you know, there does need
that's
to be,
exactly what you just
whether
said.
it be cis women or trans women, every single woman who cannot walk down the street by themselves because of the fear of men. And it's
Men. Do you see that?
trans women, every single woman who cannot walk down the street by themselves because of the fear of men. And it's not all men, we know that. That's not what we're saying.
Oh, it's not what you're saying? Well, what did you just say? Because of the fear of men. It's not all men, we know that. It's trans men, it's fish dog men.
You know, there does need to be a change where women have freedom to live their lives in peace without fear. The fact that the police turned up was just disgraceful, because before then it was a peaceful protest.
Right. The fact that the police turned up is disgraceful. Right. 2 days ago, this lady would have been going nuts. If anyone had had any sort of anti-lockdown protest, she would have been going nuts.
I was arrested by police for standing there. I wasn't doing anything.
You weren't arrested for standing there. You were arrested for a photo shoot. Come on.
They threw me to the floor. They had pictures of me on the floor.
Listen, she goes, they've got pictures of me on the floor. They've got pictures of me on the floor. This is, by the way, as a random woman, this is a random event. She had no idea this shit was going to be happening, right? She's like, oh, they got pictures of me on the floor. What a thing to say.
Being arrested, and I'm 5'2", and I weigh nothing, and several police were on my back trying to arrest me.
Yes, very suspicious, isn't it? It's almost like it was a big stage photo opportunity.
They arrested me in cuffs, dragged me away, surrounded by like 10 police officers.
Right, yeah.
And when I got in the van, they said, we just need your name and your address, and then we'll let you go with a fine. So I don't see the point of the arrest, to be honest. But
I don't see the point of the arrest. I have no idea why this would happen. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with the photos and the footage. I don't see any point in any of it. I don't know why 10 policemen grabbed me right in front of the cameras and they got photos of it. And I don't know what the point of it is. I don't know whether it'll be on the newspapers all over the place tomorrow. And I don't know whether there'll be some sort of political agenda that'll spring up over it. And I don't know whether there'll then be some sort of policing and protest bill that'll be talked about in Parliament off the back of it. I was just there getting my photo taken by getting manhandled by police. I don't know if that'll have any political significance. I don't know if the deep state, the political establishment will be using these photos to sort of cook up any sort of bill and sort of infringe on anyone's rights or change the way the country works. I got no fucking idea. All I know is they were just there taking my photo. They went well, by the way. I look good.
I don't know what that was for.
Okay. In your opinion, what should we do next?
What should we do next?
Yeah.
Look how traumatized she is. Look at how traumatized she is.
Okay. In your opinion, what should we do next?
What should we do next?
Yeah.
What should we do next? Oh my God, I'm so traumatized. What should we do next? Snaky.
Bigger protest.
When should we do it?
Now. Tomorrow? Yeah, now. Let's go now. No. Just whenever we can rally the troops. We need to rally the troops.
these
And now
squawking
people
hens.
see, because we already knew this vigil wasn't properly cancelled. Everyone said, yeah, officially it's cancelled. But we knew it wasn't cancelled.
We knew.
It wasn't going to be.
We're so
People
clever.
are angry. And too right, they fucking should be.
They fucking should be against men. They should be angry at men. Yeah, you seem stable. You seem emotionally stable. You're the type of person we should be listening to.
They should be angry.
And where should we protest? Everywhere.
Everywhere. Worldwide. No, worldwide. It needs to go worldwide.
So this
Well,
should
does
be
it?
a global.
It should be
Globalist.
global.
Globalist
Same as
protest.
Same as anything that matters.
Do you think that we should go outside Scotland Yard?
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Every county, every.
Absolutely
What
everywhere.
impact do you think it has on women seeing that many police getting heavy-handed unnecessarily with a bunch of women?
Look,
at a
she's
vigil
laughing. She's
for a
having a
woman
good
who was
time.
murdered?
I think it's disgusting, but I think it's showing women that we can fight against them.
It's showing women that we can fight against them. Right, even if I believe your story, you were trussed up like a Christmas turkey. And you're like, it's showing women that we could fight. And then she's just... Like, every single photo, you're just getting your ass kicked. How is that show? Which I don't approve of. But it's not showing anyone that you can fight. You're not sticking it to the police. They're manhandling you.
And it's just going to push us more, so it's up to them, really. Do you know what I mean? And I even spoke to some of, I spoke to some of the female police officers, and I said, like,
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Check this out. This is a vigil. for a murdered lady. This is a peaceful vigil, yeah? Anytime you see the people with the megaphone, with the droning chant, no justice, no peace, no police, that's straight out the globalist playbook again. Just a rent-a-mob of shouting people. It's unbelievable. Yeah, so one woman dies, and this whole thing, just this whole media circus gets thrown into motion immediately. They got this pictures of this lady. There's something fish dog going on here. Something fish dog going on here. Big time. Big time. Big time. Okay, let's check out the mainstream media interview.
Saturday. What time did you go to the vigil, and what did you want to do in memory of Sarah Everard?
Can I just ask yourself this question? Why is this woman's opinion important? Why have they on the mainstream media? Why is she on there? Why is her opinion important? Because the police put her in a van and then took her out of a van? Why is her opinion important at all? Why would we want to hear from her? Do you know who I want to hear from? I want to hear from the person who was in charge of this police officer that brutally murdered a woman. And I want to know, how did you not see this coming? How is a murderer a part of the police force? That's who I want interviewed, not some ginger-haired lady, some actress, some left-wing activist. Why is what she has to say important? It's correct. It's a complete smokescreen.
So, I mean, you know, when I
Who cares?
first heard about what was going on, of course, a lot of people wanted to go down because
Look at the cameras flashing here, like she's fucking Angelina Jolie. Look, you telling me this is a random arrest?
So, I mean, you know, when I
There's
first heard about
50
what was going
cameramen
on,
there.
Of course, a lot of people wanted to go down because
Like she's fucking Michael Jackson. You're telling me this is random?
there have been videos recently on social media platforms saying that if there were no men for 24 hours, what would you do? And a lot of women came forward and said, well, I would walk the streets at night.
You know this is an attack on this country, don't you? You know they're trying to destabilize this country. They're trying to turn the men against the women. They're trying to turn the police against the regular people. They're trying to turn the regular people against the police. This is communist playbook 101. Complete chaos to overtake the institutions. There are some good people in the police. But let me tell you, there's some criminals in the police as well. And it's reached the point where the criminals in the police are starting to be criminals out in the open. They're saying, listen, we might murder you with the police. You having a peaceful protest? Look how much we might rough you up, even if you're a ginger crazy lady.
Alone with my headphones in. And I thought how strange that a lot of women are saying this and we don't have the freedom to do that. So Saturday.
You see the move? And let me tell you something else. This is satanic in nature. Communism as an ideology is satanic in nature. You know, the guys that cooked this up, Marx, big Satanist. And you know, all this is actually anti-God. That's what it is. When they come out as anti-men, they're coming out anti-God. Because what they're saying is there's something wrong with men. Well, God, who created men? God. So God messed up men. God got men wrong, did he? But women are all right, but God really messed up with men. What a big mistake that God meant. There really is something wrong with men. They try it with everything. If you're black, you should hate the whites. If you're white, you should hate the blacks. If you're a woman, you should hate the men. If you're a man, you should hate the woman. They try it with everything. It's obvious. It's childish in its nature, really. And how people are falling for this, I have no idea. No idea. You know what? I think I want the full interview of this from Good Morning Britain, because it really does help me understand what the move is by the deep state to see what they're putting on the mainstream media. Oh, this is going to be good.
Yes, Patsy Stevenson was pinned to the ground and arrested by police officers after she attended the vigil in memory of Sarah Everard and in support of the movement around women's safety. And Patsy joins us now for her first live television interview.
Live. Wow.
Very good morning to you, Patsy.
Fiona says she didn't have a mask on until the MSM shot. Yeah, of course. Of course. Look how traumatized she is now. Now she's there. Oh, God. Hello. Welcome to me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for
Oh,
being
thank
with
you.
us.
Oh, thank you.
That photograph of you being pinned to the ground by
Look, they're all, like she lost a fucking arm or something.
officers has become a symbol, really, of what happened on Saturday night. But for you, it's not just a photograph.
It's a painful memory. Is that what you're going to say?
It's actually what happened.
Oh.
Why were...
She's acting like she lost an arm. Or, she's been through this horrible ordeal. She was fucking pissing herself 2 minutes after it happened. She's acting like, oh, poor me. Oh, poor me. Now I've got all these Twitter followers and I'm on the mainstream media and I'm sort of face of a movement. It's so horrible to be me.
Police pushing you onto the ground, putting your hands behind your back, and arresting you for what happened.
Why are they blurring out her face? The whole media has been smearing her face everywhere. Now they're blurring it out.
I mean, to be honest, I still don't know why I was pushed to the ground so forcefully. I'm quite small, and it was two very large male officers who...
Male. Make sure you mention that they were male. They were male, and I'm female. Just so you know. Just in case there's anyone watching that isn't familiar with Marxism. They were male, and I'm a female. So what we want here is you've got the men, and you've got the women, and what we want to do really is just separate them around me. I'm this glorious red-haired lady, and because I was pushed to the ground and photographed in perfect lighting, what should happen now is society should start breaking apart. Okay? I'm 5'2".
Back very quickly as I hit the ground. From start to finish, it was just a sort of whirlwind. It happened very quickly.
Right. Whirlwind.
And,
Well, if it happened very quickly, then how did they manage to get like 557,000 photographs? It didn't happen that quickly. You put all the photographs together that they've taken, you can watch this thing like a flick book,
I was only there to lay a candle down. I did not expect that to
Bullshit.
Tell us about Saturday. What time did you go to the vigil, and what did you want to do in memory of Sarah Everard?
happen. So, I mean...
Who you've not mentioned.
When I first heard about what was going on, of course, a lot of people wanted to go down because there had been videos recently on social media platforms saying that if there were no men for 24 hours, what would you do? And a lot of women came forward and said, well, I would walk the streets at night alone with my headphones in.
Let me tell you something. If there was no men, you guys would be fucking miserable. And if there was no men, you'd be at each other's throats like a bunch of harpies 24/7. You ever been in an environment where it's just women? You ever been into an environment where there's only women? Are they all just so nice and they all get along and everything's great? No, it's fucking terrifying. If you've ever been in an office where it's all women, the atmosphere sometimes. Jeez. The aggression that comes out. Just acting like, if there was no men, women, we'd all just la-di-da-di-da with dandelions in our hair, like the Little Mermaid. Bullshit.
And I thought how strange that a lot of women are saying this and we don't have the freedom to do that. So I think this...
You don't have the freedom to walk... Listen, no one's allowed outside the fucking house right now. No one. Honestly, why are they outside on stools in a car park? Are they really trying to pretend like this is what they're doing now?
This was a thing that we all related to and we all wanted to pay respect. So I don't know what time I arrived, but when I did arrive, people were socially distancing. It wasn't massively, packed or anything. And some people were on the bandstand. There weren't a lot of people on the bandstand. There were a few women and they were talking into a speaker. They were projecting their voices, and then the police came in.
This seemed to be the point where everything changed, because I think anybody watching what happened seemed to see during daylight a very peaceful, respectful vigil with at its
How
heart,
does this woman live with herself? Just on there, just brainwashing, making people scared all day. How much are they paying you, Suzanne? Honestly, is it worth it?
honouring the life of Sarah Everard and reflecting on the terrible circumstances and people sharing their experiences. Saw the Duchess of Cambridge lay flowers and speak about her understanding. But then something happened after nightfall, and it centred around the bandstand, which is in the middle of Clapham Common. And you were there on the bandstand, weren't you? There's pictures of you sort of kneeling, facing outwards. And there's a point, I think, we see police officers come over and speak to those of you who are on the edge of the bandstand. What did they say?
So I'll go from what happened. So from us getting onto the bandstand, the reason we were on there was because police seemed to be, and we didn't know, we couldn't hear that well, but they seemed to be sort of aggressively talking to the women on the bandstand, and there were quite a few police. So we were worried, you know, if there's anything going on here.
Because they were men and we were women, so we were naturally afraid, as you can
We
imagine.
need to make sure everyone's safe. So a few of the women said, "Can you come on because we need help?" And I was like, of course. So a few people carefully moved flowers out of the way. We were very careful not to trample anything. You know, we were there
We
for a
were incredibly
reason.
careful not to trample any flowers because we're so
and
amazing.
Then we went onto the bandstand and we were trying to make sure, you know, video things and make sure no manhandling or anything was done. But then, you know, all of a sudden there was quite a few
doesn't want
police
to
on the
video in every
bandstand. Now it was distance until the police came, because on the bandstand there were about 30 police and they pushed us towards the edge of the banister that I was holding on to.
Were they talking to you though, Patsy? Were they saying, look, we need you to disperse, we need you to get off the bandstand, we're going to have to forcibly remove you if you don't leave?
They did, but before that they were saying quite a few things that, you know, were making people angry. And, you know, I think women have sort of stood by and let things happen for long enough. And
Oh, yes. I wonder if you're any sort of an activist. I think women have sort of stood by and watched things happen for just long enough. I don't have any sort of political message. I was just there to light a candle at a vigil. But, you know, if anyone's trans out there, also know that I'm pro-trans.
we all were sort of together, and, you know, I didn't expect for it to happen so quickly and everything to happen, but I was, you know, up against the bandstand. But
Well, you've reacted quite well. You've reacted quite quickly. For someone that didn't expect all this to happen, you seem to be doing quite well on the mainstream media the next morning with full hair and makeup and a complete schedule ready to go. You're doing Good Morning Britain, and you got this interviewed, and you got that interview. You seem to have you certainly reacted quickly to the situation, haven't you?
as I was up against the bandstand, the railing, we could see the women next to me, sort of one of them the police was trying to get around her neck. Someone was being pulled back. So we were trying to sort of hold on to each other and be like, okay, it's fine, it's fine. And we were
The police were just trying to grab us and get our necks, and we were just standing there like women going, it's fine, it's fine. Like these victims, we were victims. We were trying not to tread on flowers like the peaceful women that they are, but then the police were trying to get round our necks, and we were all standing there like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. This is what happened.
We were terrified because, you know, we hear about police manhandling women and things like that.
Oh, yeah, say manhandling again. Oh, we hear about police manhandling, where she leans in.
We've got the footage of you being arrested on Saturday night. It does contain...
Have we? No way. We've got footage? Oh, my gosh. We just keep getting an ace in the hole every time, don't we? We just happen to have captured... We had stills. Now we've got footage. We got a lot of media around this random event that just happened to be captured.
Flash photography, so there's a warning for anybody at home.
Thank you so much.
Have you watched this back? Have you been able to process...
We had a
what it
process.
looks like, just as a bystander to see it?
In slow motion, this is.
Of course, yeah. I've watched it several times. You know, it's absolutely everywhere you look. So
Yeah, it is,
you know,
isn't it?
At that moment, there is a police officer by the side of me trying to pull my arm, and at one point I pull it away. He was saying, "What's your name? Tell me your name. Tell me your address." There was a guy in front of me giving me like a card saying, "If you get arrested, have this." And he said, "Don't say anything. You don't have to tell them your name. You don't." And I've never been arrested. I've never, you know, been to one of these things. I'm not like an activist or protester. So
Yes, exactly what you are. I'm not an activist. I've seen the interview. She was like, excuse me, would you mind telling me why you're here? She's like, yeah, trans, pro-trans, T-R-A-N-S, trans. T-R-A-S, trans. Like, isn't this a vigil for a murdered woman? Trans. I'm not an activist.
I just stood there and was like, okay, I'm not going to say anything.
T-R-A-N-S, trans.
I didn't want to retaliate. I didn't want to, react to, any of it. So, yeah.
And what did you feel in that moment? You're pinned to the ground.
Oh my God! I just felt like that men were bad as I was lying there. I just felt the strong feeling that communism was good and that men was bad and that trans was good. I'm not an activist. I just had a strong feeling, a strong pro-trans feeling came through my body. And also I was very pro-lesbians and gays and people of a different skin color from mine are better than me. And I just had all these feelings. They came into me. And I also felt that men was bad and that religion was bad and that men were made incorrectly by God. I got all these feelings. And then I just very strongly felt pro-trans. That's what happened. I'm not an activist.
Around you.
Yeah. I was terrified. I've never been so scared, honestly.
Never been so scared of men in my whole life. I'm lucky that there was some trans people there that are good.
I think what was scary as well was as soon as I was pinned to the ground, I looked up and there were, cameras everywhere, and I was like, oh my God, this is big.
Staged a big globalist false flag operation. This is going to make me famous. This means that I'm an actress. This is the role I was here to play. This is the role that I was born to play. Is that what you felt?
Like, I didn't realise they'd even pinned me to the ground for a second. It just happened so fast.
Oh, yes.
And then I was on the ground. I'm like, how have I got onto the ground? Like, I'm very small. I thought I wasn't...
Is that the point when you were confused that you went like this face to the camera? Was that when you were confused?
Existing or anything,
Did you have any concerns, Patsy, at any point about the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic and thousands of people, hundreds of people are going to turn up at Clapham Common? The focus was the bandstands, and this, from a public health perspective, the police are in an invidious position because they've got to try and implement the protocols and yet allow you to...
Yeah, I fully understand that police have to do their job. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's so gracious of you.
I'm not against police, I'm not against people, but, the organisers were trying to get it so that the police were involved in a safe way and make sure everyone was maintaining social distance and...
Maintaining social distance.
All we wanted was for women to be able to mourn and share, each other's company in a safe space.
Yeah, just women,
and it wasn't allowed to go ahead. So I think people were angry with that.
And it wasn't allowed to go ahead because you're women.
It came out that we weren't allowed to. A lot of people were like, we're going because we're going to make it safe. We did intend for a safe vigil, socially.
Do you think if the police hadn't stepped in and started trying to force the women off the bandstand...
The women?
Then things would have dissipated. I know it was dark, it was getting colder. There wasn't any facilities there.
Yeah, there was no problem.
Wasn't any facilities there? Yeah, it's Clapham Common. What did you expect?
Toilets or
anything,
not a festival. Some of us had travelled a bit to get there. We weren't intending on staying long. Like I said, I literally was just going to put a candle down and some flowers and sort of, show solidarity with other women, who have been affected. But
women versus men, got it.
I wasn't going to be there long, and it just ended up staying. We ended up staying for quite a while because of the police.
Doing a photo shoot.
And it turned very scary very quickly.
I mean, that is absolutely not what should have happened on Saturday night. None of the women there should be saying that it turned scary. Because of what happened with the police. I mean, that is absolutely counter to what the police would want.
Can someone say women?
Absolutely not what the women would want.
Well done.
We need to feel
She's definitely got someone in it. Hey, Susan, can you say women? No one said women for 5 seconds.
Considering the circumstances.
Can you say women?
What is your message to Dame Cressida Dick, who is the head of the Metropolitan
She
Police,
is a woman.
and says as a woman she's more determined than ever to fix things?
Yeah. As someone who does stand up for women's rights and things like that, I don't have... it's not that I don't have an opinion, but to be honest, I think we need to get the message away from we're against the police and the police did wrong and focus on the main message, which is that we now need to open a dialogue for change and to support women's safety. This needs to happen now,
And what is your message to Sarah Everard's family? Because absolutely at the heart of this is the loss.
Oh, absolutely at the heart of it. I mean, this is a 9-minute long interview so far, and you haven't fucking mentioned the lady that got killed. But the heart is absolutely at the heart of the issue. Oh, okay. I think I understand what's going on now. I think I understand the play now. You notice that it's tied into, what was the other day they were talking about? A curfew for men. And then this happens. They're gonna try to do something to just nerf the men of this country. For me, this is the first wave, or not even the first wave, but this is propaganda that is surrounding a communist takeover of this country. It's got all the hallmarks of a communist takeover of this country. They're just dividing people. And the current play, it appears to be, is let's try and turn women against men. Let's try and create this narrative that men are always attacking women. Let me ask you a question. Where was all the outrage over Telford and the grooming gangs? All these girls were getting raped left, right, and center. No, you're not even allowed to fucking bring it up. You bring it up, someone will call you a racist. But all of a sudden, now it's a huge deal. They don't care. They don't care about women, these people. They don't care about women. When it's the wrong females getting raped and tortured or whatever has happened to those girls in Telford, etc., you're not even allowed to bring it up when the establishment don't want you to bring it up. Greta says they're creating absolute chaos. Well, exactly. Yeah, it's a global communist takeover. But yeah, for me, this whole thing, it just smacks of globalist, false flag, communist takeover. William says, criminals working in tandem. Lord Jesus, strengthen us. Division is their goal. God, strengthen our faith and unite us. Amen. Amen. We are living in some crazy times, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy times. And there's no escaping this. This is the reason why this is happening globally. The reason why this is happening globally, because what is being exposed to you is who this world belongs to. Who is running this planet. This you know, the people who are in power in the world, they're not good people. They're not good people. They are not good people at all. And the reason why religion and a relationship with God is so important is because people have lost sight of the fact that when a society sets itself up to be structured around the laws of God instead of the laws of men, you as a man, as a regular person, are protected. It's of benefit to you to live in a society where God is the judge, God is in charge, everyone obeys God's rules. Because then a king or a politician or someone can't come in and just start doing all these ungodly things. Because people say, wait a minute, no. God runs this society. I know you're the king, but you can't start doing these things because that doesn't seem to be going along with what God would want. You know, and God wants you to be free. God wants you to be free. And you can see how much these people don't want you to be free. And the way they take away your freedom is they make you afraid. And right now they're trying to make women afraid. And they're trying to make women angry. And you can see the ungodly nature of it because I can see the specific sin that they're trying to poke, that they're trying to create. This lady, she's trying to stoke anger. She's trying to stoke... It's typical Marxist takeover. It's like, okay, you guys, you women, you're in this group over here. And this other group, these men, they are being so nasty to you and so evil to you that it's time for you to start doing really horrible, evil things to them because they deserve it. And they've been doing all this evil to you, so it's time for you to get really evil to them. And it's just promoting that sort of sinful behavior. They're trying to stoke anger. They're trying to stoke the anger. Men. The way she says men. This happens, by the way, to every society, every nation that rejects God and says, we're going to make up our own rules. We don't need God anymore. And tyrants come in. Tyrants come in and they just start feasting on the souls of man without the spiritual protection of God in there. It does seem to me like they want chaos in the United Kingdom right now. Like they're pushing hard for chaos. Do you see what I mean? They're pushing real hard for chaos at the moment. Real hard. That could be a good sign. That could be a sign that, you know, the deep state are in a panic in the UK and they're just trying to stir up some sort of chaos so they can hide in it. How long does this insanity go on for? How long does this insanity go on for? I can't think it will go on for much longer. I can't think it will go on for much longer. You just gotta pull on the full armor of God at this point. I mean, the fact that I have ultimate faith in God is what keeps me, like, chill. You know? That's what keeps me chill. I just got a YouTube alert for my own video. Alistair Williams Live, our new home. For those of you that don't know, I put a new video up today on my Odyssey channel. That's where my videos live now. So if you're missing the mainstream media jerk, let me post this link into the chat. I'm still making new videos. And let me tell you something. I uploaded a new video to Odyssey today again. And I'm starting to enjoy making videos again. I went through a stage where I was not enjoying making videos on YouTube because what's the fucking point? You know, and as I was uploading this video to Odyssey again, I was like, you know what? I can see myself getting back into making videos because there's so little point to making videos on YouTube. There's so little point for me, you know? YouTube is just not the platform for telling people what's actually going on. So if you want to join my Odyssey channel, the best thing you can do if you want to stay in touch is join my Telegram channel. I'm sure most of the people here are on my Telegram channel already. The link is in the description to this video. But if not, boom. There's the link into the live thingy there. Criminals working in tandem. Lord Jesus strengthen us. Division is their goal. God strengthen our fate and unite us.
This planet is ours.
Oh no, here we go. What name am I under Odyssey? My channel is called Jesus is King, as you can see there. Telegram is awesome, by the way. You got to get on my Telegram channel. If it's like this chat, but it just goes on my Telegram channel. I'm not using Parler again, no. I caught Parler just reducing my subscriber count. I don't trust Parler anymore. I don't trust them at all anymore. But yeah, I'm going to start making videos a bit more now. I can't bring myself to get excited about making videos on YouTube. But yeah, I know. I think the Odyssey. I think the speed is picking up. Like the speed of this one was quite good. I think.
I say could be.
I lowered the bit rate, so it's playing okay. It's a little jump there, but it's good. You just have to upload them with a lower bit rate, apparently. Will you still be using Rumble? Yeah, I might upload to both Rumble and Odyssey. Like Rumble is just a lot easier to use, to be honest. You have to like really downgrade your videos or lower the bit rate to run them on Odyssey. I'm not 100% sure how that works. So yeah, my Telegram channel is the main place where I update people on what's going on. I'll still use like my YouTube channel, but it's one strike away from being removed now, so that will obviously be happening at some point. Just stick them in a torrent and link the torrent. Simples. Dude, I don't even know how to own that. Rumble is globalist owned, Dave said. Is that true? Rumble is globalist owned? Is that true? I never know what to do. Like, I feel like BitChute is an option, but I really strongly feel like people were telling me that BitChute was starting to censor people or whatever. Is that true? I mean, I have a channel on BitChute. But Foxhole. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, Foxhole could work. I'm not entirely sure how you get on there, though. I think someone said they were going to ask them to reach out to me or something. If I just Google Foxhole, does that shit come up? BitChute is doing live soon, according to someone. Best to keep uploading to several channels. Yeah, that's not a bad plan. That's not a bad plan. Methods talked about you. I don't know who that is. Dave Cullen's been on BitChute and he hasn't had any problems. Yeah, I mean, BitChute seems like the closest thing. But really, I want somewhere that does live streaming. I like the live streaming. I enjoy that. You know, I want this little community to keep going. It's a good job I didn't fill up my bath when Simon Park said so. Oh, wow, that bath water will be getting stagnant. Methods created Foxhole. Ah. Maybe get a site made. Might be the best long-term solution. I have no idea how you do that. I've got a Wix site to sell my merchandise. Would Twitch work? I doubt it. No, I'm not interested in D-Live. Twitch is just as fucking bad as YouTube, surely. Methods is a legend. Why don't I know who Methods is? How do I find this Methods? Tell me. Where do I go? D-Live is asshole. D-Live and Foxhole. Huh. People saying, what about the Laura Taylor interview? That's too funny. I've got the Foxhole app. I have the Foxhole app, see? I do have it. In Foxhole, right. Daddy Dragon, yeah, I gotcha. Oh yeah, there's quite a few people on here. Okay. Yeah, it seems to be working good. I'll try my best. I'm always looking for new places. Twitter's censorship is way worse than YouTube. Yeah, I don't trust Twitter. Leaving YouTube to go to Twitch, that's out of the frying pan and into the fire, if you ask me. Do I have a PO box? I do, but none of the mail that gets sent to the PO box seems to get to me. I need to contact fucking Royal Mail and see what's up with that. Ugh. Right. Oh, okay. I need to get back to my parenting details. This is a. We'll have to end the stream here, folks. I'm sorry it was such a short. Well, it actually wasn't that short. It was an hour long. But you know, I'm juggling. The Twitch is trash. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Don't expect to watch this live stream again if you've not caught it live, because I've no doubt this one gets taken down. Oh, I can't get my fucking thing to work now. Okay, let's find an outro song, shall we? Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll find a new home. We'll find one. Methods should be getting hold of you to get on Foxhole. Watch Methods on Foxhole. P.S. Google Foxhole app to find Foxhole. Thanks, Sean. I'll try and have a look.
I'll never forget no way. This old Marcus Garvey for ice. I'll never forget no way. They turn their backs on old home. Hey, so don't you forget who you are and where you stand in the struggle. They got so much things to say right now. So very. They say it's everything. They say so much today. They got so much things to say. So much things to say. Well, I come to fight flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness I am no place.
Thanks, guys.
So while they fight you down, stand firm and give Jah thanks and praises. Cause I do expect to be justified by the laws of men. By the laws of men. Oh, truly found me guilty, but true Jah prove my innocence. Oh, when the rain falls now, it won't fall and one man's house stop. Remember that. When the rain falls, it won't fall on one man's house stop. They're singing so very much, so very much, so very much, so very. They got so much.
I'm glad you like the cap, dude.
Yeah, they got so much things to say.
Thanks to all my new followers on Odyssey.com. See you all.
Spiritual wickedness in high and low places. So while they fight you down, stand firm and give Jah thanks and praises. I and I no expect to be justified by the laws of men.
See you tomorrow, folks. Thanks for tuning.
I don't know wicked thing they found me guilty. They got elaborating all the time. So much things to say. Rumor about they got the rumor.